All right, my friends, look at this greasy, ugly, horrible looking Tecumseh mower. I'm just going to pull it back out onto this. You might have seen this sitting here. So I got this running for my neighbor years and years ago, and he's been running it till it quit. But look at, there's no air filter on it, and he said to me that he had to take a stick and bang the carburetor before it would run. So I got a hunch there's so much crud in there that we don't even want to think about it. And then so 4 years ago, it was a quick job, quick and dirty, get the thing running for the neighbor, and then I put a switch on, which is now wrecked, just for on and off, because the bail and the cable are also gone. So it's just a quick and dirty fix. It's bad. So we're going to power wash this before we work on it. So I'm going to push it around to the back of the garage, open the door, get it on the table, and we'll start from there. It's cold out today, way colder than yesterday. Perfect. I don't know if I should use that engine cleaner or not, because it's so cold out. It's just on the edge of freezing. Maybe we'll tilt you a little. Okay, that should give you an angle anyway. How does that look? Oh, not bad. Let's give it a wash. You guys get all of that? Yes, she did. Well, live and learn. I probably won't use this gray table for this again, but it was an interesting experience. I sprayed most of the guck off it. And now we're going to go work on this. Come with me. I wonder how full that carburetor is, eh? Okay, we need some light. Lights! Camera! Action! Okay, I'll be back in just a bit, guys. Furnace alert. Well, it certainly looks a lot better than it did. It is no better. Okay, so there was no air filter on there. I tried taping it up and that blew off, but that's alright. We're going to be taking that off anyway. But look at this. Okay, can you sit still, I wonder? Sit still! So there's definitely a vacuum leak. Except for the dirt, it might still be a good carburetor, you know. But I was just over here having a look. Oil. I'm going to stick my finger right down to the bottom. And there's only 1/8 of an inch in the bottom of there. You can see where my finger hit the bottom of the crankcase. So it should be up to my knuckle, eh? So there isn't enough oil in there to measure. So this old girl's been used and abused. I don't know where to start. I think we should take the hood off and make sure that the switches got the spark turned on, and we'll see if it has a spark. Everything's hand tight, eh? Well, let's get some tools. 3/8 and 5/16. It's been a while since I went from metric back to standard. I've been working on mostly metric stuff this last little while. Generators. Okay, so we want 3/8, I believe, and 5/16. This rag is leaving strings. Tray. Okay, 5/16. Now, I know this mower has probably seen its last days, but I would love to get this thing fixed and take it back to my neighbor. There's a good rewind on there. Okay, let's get the spark plug out. And we're just going to see if it has a spark. What the heck? Did I solder that on there? It's been 5 years. I guess I did solder that on there. So let's not unsolder it. Let's get some wire cutters, because this switch has been soldered on there and it's no good anymore. We'll just disconnect the switch. Okay, so what I did there the magneto. It generates the spark when the magnet comes around right there. Okay, do you see that? And then the switch just takes the magneto and grounds it out. Be right back. Alright, let's get that spark plug out of there. I just turned it over by hand and there's not a lot of compression there. Alright, now we're going to hook the spark plug up and ground it out. Now I just gave it a bath too, right, so it might not have any spark at all. But first I'll have a look and then you guys can have a look. Oh yeah, there's a spark. Not much of one because I'm sure it's wet. I'm just going to buzz this. I'll be right back. I'm going to clean it. Alright, we're going to just take a look at this spark with a better spark detector. Are you ready? So anyway, that's good. But when I turn this, there's absolutely no. I got good intake suction, but there's no compression. Oh, now it's starting to. Okay. Well, that's good news. Let me just play around a little bit, and we'll see if we can get it to fire. Okay, I've just taken the bolt out from underneath the carburetor, and it's mangled. So let's get the bowl off. Oh, yeah, it's got water in it, but that might have been from when I washed it, eh? Okay, so let me just play around a little bit. I'm getting a flash battery. Alright, I'm going to take the carb off by removing the two Phillips screws that hold the intake manifold on, and then we'll squirt some carburetor spray right into the intake. How does that sound? Alright, so now we have the intake manifold disconnected from there and the muffler I took off. We're just going to remove this carburetor, just like that. That's simple. We can leave it down there like that. So now we can try some more things. Just hang on. Alright, my battery's almost dead. Come on. Pop! I put carburetor spray right into the cylinder. I know this is a little risky, but I'm having fun. It should fire. Come on. This carb spray is better than fuel, except it's dry. Still watching? Yes, you are. All right, it just fired as the battery died on the camera. Pretty cool. It's trying. I'm going to spray some carb spray on the exhaust valve too. Maybe it's not traveling far enough. Okay, I'm going to change this chuck out to an electric drill. I'll be right back. Okay, I got an electric drill. It'll spin a little quicker. Now this is dangerous because if this catches, it could turn into a helicopter, right? Let's just give it a go. All right. Grandpa Shark, do-do-do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa Shark. Yeah. Well, that was a riot. I wonder if we have any more compression now. Let's disconnect that spark plug because this is getting dangerous. Yes, we do. Just from running. Look at that. Before it just sped past top dead center. Look at that, now it stops. Unbelievable. Oh, that's crazy, man. Well, let's hook it back up again and see if we can get it to run a little bit. I shouldn't. You guys still watching? Yep. Okay, that's enough of that. Oh, I love it. And the beautiful thing about this being a hobby, I don't have to earn a living mucking around like this, right? You couldn't make a living on a $20 lawnmower. So it's barking. And I've got the carburetor and the muffler off, so I'm just going to check my valve clearances. So I'll be right back, you guys. All right, to check the spark clearance, you just take this little door off of here. And if there's any gap at all, I'm going to leave it. Beautiful. Let me just get my feeler gauges now. Okay. Valve clearance on a Tecumseh is 10 thousandths on both. So let's just go to 10 and see what happens. That seems pretty high. There's top dead center, so tiny bit past. No. So let's go to half of that. Let's go to 5. Well, there's something there. And when the exhaust valve opens, so it's at least 5. So I'm not going to muck around with it. It's got a gap. So I'm just going to clean the carburetor and put this bad boy back together, guys. All right, you guys. That's unbelievable. So when we first took everything apart, and I spun the engine backwards, and it goes past top dead center, it would just keep, the magnets are right here, and it would just keep flowing right past top dead center no matter what, eh? So now, with oil in the motor, and we ran it for, what, 10 seconds? Which is a lot of revolutions, actually. Watch, this is supposed to stop turning at top dead center when you spin it backwards. Well, there. See that? It bounces back. That's old timer check for compression. All right, I'm just going to show you something. Remember, it wouldn't even puff against my finger when we started? Here. And now I'll take my finger off. So We got compression. But when we were running it on carb spray, there was a fair amount of smoke coming out of here, which goes back into the carburetor, right? That's the blow-by. But that's all right. It's going to run. It already does. So now we just have to take all of these parts, which are our ignition and fuel parts, and clean them up. That's how much oil I put into there, guys. So that is, I put in 450 milliliters into a 500 milliliter lawnmower. So I would say this one was abused as bad as it could be abused, and you saw how it actually started up. Now, we'll see once I get the carb clean and the tank cleaned and the float and all of that stuff working again and clean fuel. We'll see how it goes.